Okay, the 30th of November, 2022. Um, just finished listening to the morning hook'em over at Harmanda Singh, City Harmanda Singh, the Golden Temple. Uh, They just read it. It's for me having that access to the streaming of bringing the Guru Granth Sahib into the Golden Temple, and then pulling the hookum for the day. Um, then listening to all that kirtan. I mean, world renowned ragis and kirtanis. Um, I don't know if I really have words for it. It is an amazing thing. It's yeah, it's helpful. How would I put it? It's a kind of a medicine, a spiritual medicine for me right now, because the energies are such that um, in this particular stage, uh, uh, the growth and the healing and the release and that sense of connection with my soul and with Prime Creator, God, Goddess, Great Spirit, you know, is um, blossoming and burgeoning. But then, and tomorrow, within a few hours, we'll be in the first quarter moon, and that's a square, moon square to the sun, a moon square to Mercury, a moon square to Venus. Tomorrow, so it's a lot of opposition, and um, so I'm moving along. I deal with the subtle things, and then embrace this is all on the inside for the most part. It is reflected on the outside, but in a very subtle way, um, rather than dynamic, um, with a sense of, more security, a little bit more of a sense of belonging, and I'm on the right path. But then, this morning, a sleeping dream, which triggered some stuff with authority figures for me, kind of, victimization and that type of stuff. We're in the dream. It's like, yeah, I thought I was awake, and I'm moving along with the energies and feeling more like myself and centered and everything. And then in the sleeping dream this morning, my dad came into the room, just kind of like tried to dominate the scene and everything. It's like, no, 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 go, you know. And so that's what I did. But then this afternoon, there was an actual, what did I say? An attempted intrusion into my boundaries, in my safe space, and kind of a little shook things a little bit, you know. And, on one hand, again, every time I go through these experiences, um, and just real quick, in this incarnation, um, I've endured a lot of physical beatings and abuse. Um, Quite terrifying, starting um, in utero and, all through childhood and everything. Once I hit adult, once I became a teenager, um, or became an adult, um, something inside of me shifted. I don't know what it was, but I just wasn't going to tolerate that anymore. And so it's just been a battle now for, what am I, 60, 40 some years, people trying to, but it is what it is. That's the nature of the times we're in, and that's the nature and I'm definitely not going to say that I still haven't had to endure some pretty dishonorable um, threats and or mental batteries. Some not so much physical, certainly potential physical, but I've always been able to either deter that or you know our spirit has intervened. It was too overwhelming for me to deal with. Um, so um, basically, it wasn't such a big thing today. Um, it was startling, and I was happy with the way I responded, and just knowing how my emotional, psychological, cellular, really, patterns work when I'm triggered and threatened, and but I was able to get back to center pretty quick and call upon the truth. The truth. I'm not completely centered. I'm still a little shaken. Um, might be another couple 24 hours yet before that particular level or what have you passes and is released and integrated, and then a new structure. So it's just this continual, I mean, for decades now, this continual process of um, remembering the love, um, in the midst of um, terror and pain and shame and threat, and being willing to receive the love in that process, even just little shreds. Even if I don't feel it at the time, knowing that it's still healing, and so that was today. It was a bit of a challenge. Again, the neighbors are a little bit noisy and rowdy, and but if we're all going through this stuff. I don't know what that was on the door today, but I just had to let it pass, and we'll see if there's any more fallout tomorrow. So that was today, but it is nice having access to the streaming of the Golden Temple and watching them carry the Guru Granth Sahib into the Golden Temple and pulling the hukum for the day and reading it, and then Ardas and all the Shabbats and the prayers. It's Yeah, for me right now, it's the medicine, as well as listening to Red Sky is his English last name. I don't know. Whoops, I don't know his name in Anishinaabe or Ojibwe, but he gave us. He did a little. He had a little meeting before a sweat lodge and shared some of the significance and the importance of sweat lodge, and through sweat lodge as well, that in nature and the ancestral, the indigenous ancestral um, relationships with the earth and with the stars and with Great Spirit. It's like for me, just receiving the medicine and being in the vibration of those two traditions um, is very, very healing and helpful. And so, still so much more to be grateful for. And I guess that's it. We're going to have a little bit of winter storm supposed to come through. Today's Tuesday, so I think Wednesday night into Thursday. Predicting a couple inches of snow um, and wind. So we'll see. We'll see. But um, that's today. And again, many gifts, even within the challenges. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to share this. And yeah, so, alrighty. Sanam, Waheguru, Chimigwech, many blessings.